like invade your personal space.
Unfortunately, Danny's passed away, so
no.
we're just gonna have to leave the chair open and remember what could have been. Oh, he's fine.
He's revived.
Yeah.
He's back.
I thought you were gonna do.
Oh, you're shooting video?
Are you gonna do hand puppets?
So I'm gonna drink this and then put it on the.
Why you don't want to show people that you drink water?
No, it's just not great, and then it's like just.
We don't want to break the image.
Exactly.
Well, if you don't want to do that, you can just rip the label off. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure they'll appreciate this too. Whatever. Some of us are professional.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Some of us are professional
Radio
fools, not
Hofstra,
just fools.
Yep.
Okay, what
There
can
needs
we
to
do?
be a football team again.
I agree.
There needs to be a football team again. Damn it!
Wow.
That
got
just
you.
made you
Whoa,
just made
man.
everyone in our sports department.
I got
so
you,
happy.
man. It's baloney.
Mr. Tamberelli.
Marquise Colston, bro.
Speaking of,
Come on.
Wow.
I grew up in Jersey. I've lived in New York for 10 years.
Where in
I know about
Jersey?
Hofstra. I grew up in Bergen County.
me too. I'm Bergenfield.
Bergenfield. I lived in Hackensack, Maywood, Wyckoff,
Right
All
next
over.
door. Look at that.
all over.
Yeah.
I got the Jersey stamp of approval.
Oh, Helios.
Awesome.
That's right.
Nice.
Jersey boys too.
Yeah!
There we go.
I'm from Los Angeles.
Jersey rule.
You got an LA
Oh,
hat.
the hat.
Yeah.
Long Island. So what
Where
has
do we
this
start?
whole reunion experience been like? Can you even describe it? Is it just blowing your mind?
It's
Or?
just been excellent.
So far, it's been really fun. It's been really fun. The four of us together just slip right back into it's.
You know when you have that old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, and then automatically you're like back in 7th grade again?
Exactly.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Adolescent, prepubescent, all of it.
Plus, we get to come to Comic-Con, which is
Yeah.
How is the con going for you guys?
it's going like sitting in a room and talking to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
So
we-
maybe later we'll get to like
Yeah.
look
You'll
around or
actually enjoy it
something.
later, yeah.
And I don't mean to imply that sitting in a room and talking to you isn't fun. It might not be as fun as walking around Comic-Con, but so yeah.
Just tell them how you really feel.
Don't drink your water in front of them.
I'm gonna individually go through and say what I don't like about you, like your grandmother at Thanksgiving.
Well, we asked
My
this.
grandmother's dead.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We asked this question before. Usually you ask, like, did you ever expect the show to get this big? But now that it's so far down the line, the question is, did you ever expect the show to come back with this popularity and with this much passion from the fan base?
I think I figured as much, I guess. I mean, from meeting people and having those kinds of interactions and seeing how much the show meant, that I felt like it was inevitable, sort of, you know? Nickelodeon's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We got to teach the parents of the new kids who used to watch all that, they're going to bring all that to them. You're going to have smarter kids than these tween kids that have been out now, you know? These new kids are going to be much better handled because of watching our show, essentially.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, television is the best parenting tool. I think that's been proven. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly correct. The response that I've gotten from people, I mean, we all have over the last 20 years, which is crazy. You know, it's not surprising that it would come back because it's, the show meant a lot to a lot of people, and that's what is really gratifying about meeting the fans. You know, it's to be proud of the show we did, of all that, and be, you know, not just recognized like, oh, I get recognized, but it's very heartfelt from people saying you were such a big part of my childhood, and you know, that's a really, you know, that really resonates. So based on that, I can imagine how excited they would be, you know, the fan base, to be able to just like watch it again. So that's how I feel about that.
Do you feel it's like just a nostalgia thing? Because you also see the Goosebumps coming back into the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Is it nostalgia, or does it actually mean something to them?
I think they go hand in hand. I think for something to be nostalgic, it has to mean something to people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just
A memory.
a memory. Yeah.
All that, we'll figure it out. Which was your favorite? What made both of those shows, you know, such a huge
Those
experience?
are
for
very
all of you?
different.
Those are two different beasts entirely.
All that was amazing because it was sketch comedy, and it was fun to be able to have all these different ways that you can, you know, I was in a fat suit and breaking stuff, and
Yeah.
I'd sit and hair makeup for 4 hours and become a huge crouton alien. You know, you can't really beat that kind of stuff. It's really fun.
But figure it out, we got to sit down the whole time.
Yeah. And it was all, that was all
And it was
off
all
the cuff.
intellectual.
It was all,
You know,
it was all
that's true.
improv'd out, and that's what I had the most fun doing.
Yeah,
I think,
that was just
being
us.
able to, like,
My
you know,
favorite
are you or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
Party, yes.
Bing, bing, bing. Member pops up.
Yes.
But in that second, when you hear the ding, that guy's a member of the Communist Party.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I know, it's
That was
pretty
just a
good.
question I asked because we'd fill in Billy the answer board.
Yeah.
And so you just ask random questions. And I think did you ask or did I ask?
I can't remember who. I don't.
Somebody
actually, I
asked,
know,
"Are
it
you a
was,
member?"
It was.
Was it Kevin?
Nope. It was Mike O'Malley. It was Mike O'Malley.
Mike O'Malley,
Are
the
you
host
now,
of
or have you
Guts.
ever been a member of the
Communist Party.
That was pretty funny.
Yes.
What was the atmosphere of like Nickelodeon like when you guys were there?
Atmosphere.
Was it a great place to grow up?
Yeah. I mean, people were, you know, everyone was very nice. They didn't treat you like a kid. They treated you like an adult. You sort of felt like you didn't feel like a little brother or sister in that sort of way. Everyone was just very honest and open, and like, you know, basically just don't do anything stupid. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty easy to do. I mean, I'm 15, 16 years old. I'm probably gonna do some stupid stuff, but like, just I know I did some stupid stuff.
Yeah, it was very interesting because, you know, Nick's studio was there freestanding and all the shows had come in and out. So all the stuff we'd watched, you know, you'd be like, oh, they shot Clarissa where we're shooting. There are 2 studios, one big building, 2 studios. And so the hair and makeup people, the crew people, the office staff, they'd all been through all these different shows. And so there was definitely a mindset that we were doing this production, we were all professionals, but there was this lightness about it, and they were working with the kids and, you know, doing all this crazy stuff that you might not do on a regular sitcom with adults. You know, you don't necessarily, you know, drop pudding on people every day and, you know, whatever, shoot a fire hose of gravy or whatever weird thing we were doing. You know, you don't always have at your job a giant ear of
I was
corn.
gonna say, yeah, big ear of corn.
Not always.
Not every.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. We are the exception to the rule.
Those state fairs in Iowa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
So it was goofy and crazy, but professional, and we were there to work. So.
Do you have a favorite character from all that you kind of...
I guess Miss Fingerly, who was the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's nodding in approval of my choice.
You have a song that you sang in one episode that still to this day is
Uh-oh.
always stuck in my head.
What was it?
If I could be temporary principal, it would be very, very sensible. So vote for me with your pen and pencil. I don't know why I remember that. And I like.
I have no recollection
Not
of
at
that.
all. That is
None at all.
100%. Why is that so ingrained in my brain?
I
Because it's a
don't know.
beautiful melody.
It's really
I
that's
didn't do it justice. I'm
that
sorry.
could be a number 1 hit. Let's do a
I mean,
remix of that.
Well, pen and pencil just always makes
Pen
me
and
laugh.
pencil is pretty
I don't know,
good,
you know,
yeah.
You really figured out a way to rhyme sensible.
Yes. And your favorite character, Danny?
Oh, my favorite character? Well, Jack Campbell, Fat Cop, for sure. Because I could just become Chris Farley for a sketch and just break stuff and be very physical, and that was sort of my wheelhouse.
Sorry guys, I have to grab one.
Oh no.
Thank you. Photos.
Okay.